Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Hey guys, how are you? I'm doing well, thanks for asking. This is kind of a rundown of my tooth journey, if you will. So in October of last year, I went to Singapore to get a bone graft surgery because basically I don't have a front tooth. I haven't since I was 8 years old. Basically, the story behind that is I was playing Marco Polo in a pool, as you do, with all my friends and my sister and everyone. And there was this like weird concrete structure in the pool at our condominium. My friends were hiding behind it and I was Marco. Obviously, everyone else is Polo. You understand the concept of Marco Polo. But anyway, I had my eyes closed. And this is how you know I don't cheat at these games because I had my eyes shut and I said Marco, as you do. And they all said Polo, and they were behind this thing, and I just full on leapt with my life, trying to grab everyone onto this thing with my face. I chipped one of my front teeth and my other one was just completely dead and the whole pool went red. It was a little traumatic, but I don't really remember it, so not really for me. I think more for my parents. Sorry guys. I was a very accident prone child. Since I was 8 years old, I've always had this fake tooth, and originally because my jaw was still growing apparently, I just had this fake tooth that was attached to my other two teeth with a piece of metal, and that's kind of what I had as a tooth for the last 14 years. I can't feel my face. It was really crazy. Like, I didn't really know what to expect, but they didn't put me under, so I was just under like local anesthetics, which is fine. They like wrapped my eyes up so I couldn't see anything, and they put this little like numbing injection in my gums, which I've had before. I'm familiar with the injection, but it still kind of hurt. My dentist goes, okay, you're just gonna feel a bit of pressure. I'm just gonna wiggle your teeth around a bit, and then immediately crunch, 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 like wiggling some stuff around. I'm hearing crunching sounds. I'm like, okay, but like I can't feel anything, so it's fine. And then my other dentist comes in, and he's just like sitting there watching, learning. I guess it's a good opportunity. Fair enough. But I can hear them talking. So they're like, oh yeah, that looks like the nerve. Oh, is that the nerve? I'm like, oh my god, my nerve is literally exposed to the open air right now. And then the dentist is like, oh, you're gonna feel a bit of a tapping sensation. Literally brings a freaking hammer out, or I don't know what, because my eyes were closed, but bonk, bonk, bonk on my freaking teeth. Anyway, I kind of look like Arlo from The Good Dinosaur, or Shrek a little bit.
Why is it spicy?
As you guys may be able to see, I still don't have a tooth. So I was meant to get my replacement tooth, the denture, last Tuesday. However, my face was still incredibly swollen, so they couldn't fit it. So they were like, we're gonna need another week. So basically my whole time here, my whole 2 weeks, I've been toothless, which is fine, honestly. Like, I brought a mask around with me. I honestly haven't been wearing it that much just because, like, if I'm not talking, you can't really see it. And even if I am talking, like, if I don't open my mouth too much, it's just the F's and the V's and the certain letters that when I speak it sounds a bit funny. I'm getting my denture in on Tuesday hopefully, and I'm leaving on Wednesday. If it doesn't fit on Tuesday, then we are in for some trouble because I'm flying back to Melbourne, so that would suck. And I've got this festival on Friday. I'd like to have a tooth for a music festival. I would. For the last week or so, obviously recovering. The first 4 days was pretty painful. Now, like a week later, it's not as painful. My face isn't as swollen, clearly, but the stitches are like starting to hurt, and there's like one little string that came undone, and it's just like dangling in my mouth, and I thought that little piece of string was a piece of food when I first felt it, so I pulled on it.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine,
which obviously hurt because it made all of my other stitches tighter. Would not recommend doing that. Don't pull on your stitches. Don't do it.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Like, it has been a bit of an inconvenience in my life, I'm not gonna lie. I remember on picture day when I was in grade 9 or something, my fake tooth popped out on picture day, and I remember walking in and the lady was like, oh, smile, and I was like, no, smile with your teeth. I was like, girl, I literally cannot. Like, I'm not gonna smile like this. Are you crazy? No. Last year, I went back to Singapore and my dentist was saying how my jaw is fully developed now. I have a fully developed mouth, which is great, so they can start the permanent surgery to get an implant. But because when I was younger, my nerves, they had all died, so they like pulled them all out, and my gum up the top was like basically hollow.
So that's how it should look like.
So that it should be filled there.
Yeah.
There wasn't really any material in there, so they couldn't screw in a tooth that way. So the first step of the surgery was to get a bone graft. It's basically where they take some bovine material, so cow bone, and they've implanted it in my gum, and it's been growing for the last 6 months or so. And now it's fully developed and ready for a tooth. So I need to get an implant screwed in to my gums. While I was deported, I got a denture, and that's what I have in my mouth right now. Unfortunately, I am a 23-year-old with a denture. It's just how it is. This is a side note, but when I was in Japan, I obviously had this denture, and you need to put it in water, like a little cup of water when you go to sleep. And my grandma, because she's 80 something, she has the same thing. So we had little matching denture cups sitting next to each other in the bathroom. It was very cute. But anyway, this will no longer be a problem of mine after 14, 15 years of not being able to eat an apple with my front tooth. So that's pretty exciting. I am really excited to like have a normal tooth. I'm stoked about it, honestly. I really am. I will bring you guys along the journey, the ride, if you will. And you can see me get a permanent tooth, which has been in the works for like 15 years. So that's exciting. I don't know if this is a very exciting concept, but it's exciting for me. So you know what? I'm bringing you guys along with me. So although I'm super stoked to have my dentures removed and an actual tooth put in, I thought I would just, talk about some positives that's come out of this. Even though there aren't that many, there are definitely a few things that I'll kind of miss. First and foremost, I'm really gonna miss using my denture as a party trick. Best believe every single party that I've been to with my denture, I have used it as a party trick. A lot of the times people will come up to me and be like, oh, do you have tooth gems in? That looks really cool. And I'm like, no, actually, it's a denture. And they're like, what? You have a denture? I'm like, yeah, I do. And then I'm like, you wanna see it? And they're obviously like, yes, because why wouldn't you wanna see it? I would wanna see someone take out their teeth. What? And sometimes it's like completely unwarranted as well. I'll just run up to my friends and be like, want to see something crazy? Like that's kind of crazy to run up to someone and just, like I kind of love that. Also the people thinking that it's a tooth gem, like that's awesome. That's super trendy, and I would never get tooth gems because I've already had so many dental complications in my life. But the fact that it passes off as that is amazing. It's incredible. Thank you very much. I'll take it. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Keep an eye out for the next part of this series because that one's also a little bit crazy. I hope you guys have a lovely day wherever you may be in the world, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!
I got the recipe, never gonna let any op get the best of me. Thought it was distance, but haters is next to me.